we welcome Corey Barksdale, gospel singer, songwriter, speaker, and philanthropist to the Black Gospel Blog. Welcome, Corey.
Thank you very much. I feel great to speak with you. Thank you.
Well, we especially enjoy speaking with you since you are a Chicagoan, and we have a special place in our heart for Chicagoans. What church did you grow up in?
I grew up in Cary to Centenary, African Methodist Episcopal Church. This is where my family was born and raised, actually. Three generations in that church.
And that's a historic Chicago church. That's been around for quite some time.
Absolutely. I can't even give you the year, but it goes back into a few different cultures, a few different generations, and I'm happy to be a part of it. I have grown to find membership elsewhere at this point, but that's where my foundation was.
Now, how did you come to the attention of Walt Whitman?
I have a cousin who sings. His name is Pierre, and Pierre was actually familiar with Walt Whitman and the Soul Children of Chicago just as being a fan. And so he brought me along to an audition with him. I didn't know anything about the choir. I didn't know anything about Walt Whitman, but I auditioned, and within about 10 or 15 minutes, I was a member, and from then thereafter, 12 years.
And it'll be interesting for the listeners/readers to know that you're, 7 years old when you joined that choir?
7 years old, yes,
wow.
Sir.
Wow. Now, as you said, it's a cousin, Pierre?
Yes, my cousin Pierre Brookins.
Okay. And how long were you with the Soul Children?
12 years until age of 19. So pretty much with Soul Children, you can enter in as early as 7, and generally graduating high school maybe a year after is when you become an alumni. So that was my story, about 12 years in the Soul Children of Chicago.
And did you record with them?
I did record with them, starting with the Generation X album, and then we moved on to Reaching the Nations album, and on the final and most recent album for Soul Children is called My Time, My Favor, where I was actually afforded the opportunity to lead a song.
And you write songs as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been a writer for a few years. Actually, I was out on a trip with Soul Children when I wrote my first song, I want to say back in 2007. And since then, I've been writing gospel music, and it's been a blessing.
What was the first song that you wrote?
First song was called Best Praise, and there was a simple format to the song, verse, chorus, and then a vamp to it at the end. But the heart of the song really just said that, God, you're worthy, and I know that I'm unworthy, but in spite of being unworthy, I still want to give you my very best praise. And it's almost to say I can't give you what you deserve, but at least I can give you my best. And that's what the song was about, best praise.
And you also sang while in high school as well, correct? I mean, in addition to Soul Children, you sang in your high school chorus?
No, actually, in high school, I picked up the saxophone, alto saxophone, and began to play with the band, the jazz band in my high school. I didn't sing at all in my high school choir, but I did play saxophone there.
What high school did you attend?
Woodland Brooks College Prep Academy. It's still home for me. I love it.
Yeah.
It was an awesome opportunity to be there, not just to do music or for the academics, but they actually have a business program where they introduce young people to entrepreneurship early on, and that was an interest of mine. So.
Well, I wanted to ask you about that because, I understand that you got interested in business and entrepreneurship, and maybe thought that would be the better way to go than music. Did anyone ever try to say to you, gee, Corey, you shouldn't go into music, you won't make any money, this and that? Was there any that kind of influence?
Oh, definitely. I definitely heard that. And so as soon as I would speak of going into business or corporate America, those people felt more secure and felt that would be the better option for me. And business was a passion for me, but, understanding that music is more of a risk is still a stronger passion, and I want to take it. So that's what I'm doing now.
Now, talk about your collaboration with Jonathan McReynolds.
Yes. So I met Jonathan back in 2009, and he and I instantly became friends on Columbia College campus.
Right here in Chicago, right? Columbia College, Chicago?
Yes, here in Chicago. Down in Columbia, we met at a rehearsal, and after hearing each other at a rehearsal, he invited me to hear a song that he had started. And the title of the song was Why. And so moving on from there, he asked me to write a verse and record the song with him. And so he and I instantly became friends after writing and recording this song, Why, that he actually went on to put on his album. And for the last, I guess, 5 or 6 years, we've been friends.
That's terrific. And so tell us, as you've gotten into the music business, describe your style. How would you describe your style of singing? And maybe we'll start with your singing and then talk about your songwriting.
My singing, I would describe it as soulful. My influences are mostly from soul music, and even though I can, give a soft approach to a song in the beginning, generally by the end of it, I'm going to be singing my heart out, So I try my best to put the passion that I have behind the lyrics in the melodies. And so I would definitely say soulful. I have a soulful style of singing.
And who are some of your influences?
Oh, Donny Hathaway. He has to be my favorite. Stevie Wonder, John Legend, Smokey Norfolk, Marvin Winans. Those are definitely my favorites. Just because, again, strong vocalists who all write, who all have an ear for the piano, and they all, in my opinion, have a very soulful voice.
And in fact, on your single, "You're Irreplaceable," I can hear the Donny Hathaway influence just in the way the song is laid out.
Somebody's told me that means a lot. It means a lot to hear that.
Well, and your songwriting, how would you describe your approach to songwriting?
It's very honest. My lyrics will always be very honest. I'm not a commercial kind of writer, I can do it, but I really love to pull from my heart. And if I were to have a conversation with God, you'll hear that in my song. Sometimes people write and it's good for everyone to sing along, and I love those songs, but the core of my writing is really a personal, intimate conversation with God, and that's what inspires me the most when I write.
Your new single, is this your first single?
It is. It is my first single, and even though we're calling it a single, I won't necessarily be selling it at this point. It's actually out for people to listen to for free on YouTube.
Right. All right.
This is some of my first original works that I'm putting out. You're Irreplaceable, again, a very soulful approach, a very intimate approach, and I mean just what the song says. God is irreplaceable.
So you're hoping that if it takes off, then that maybe you'll put together a full album, or are you already thinking about recording an album?
I'm in the studio right now, Bob.
Okay.
And I'm excited about the near future. Actually, this year I do plan to release an album before the end of this year, and I'm really excited about putting out new music and letting people hear my writing, and hopefully developing more of a following and more supporters, who can get out with my music,
And I understand, in the meantime, you are praise and worship leader at Bill Winston's church.
Yes, it's such an honor and a privilege. Oh, my gosh. But you know what? Aside from being praise and worship leader, the word of faith that's being taught at Living Word Christian Center is blessing my life in such a tremendous way, So second to that, being praise and worship leader, again, is a huge honor. I'm able to, just yesterday, actually, we were in praise and worship, and everybody in the sanctuary standing on their feet praising God together. It was a beautiful thing. So I'm honored to be there to work not only with the main sanctuary, but also the youth ministry at Living Word.
Wow, and I understand Donald Lawrence attends that church.
Donald Lawrence attends that church. My mentor and founder of Soul Children, Walt Whitman, attends that church, and some others. Todd Delaney, a member of that church, and so there's some great people that have come out of there.
It's got to be a little disarming sometimes, I suppose, to be praise and worship leader and then look down and there's Donald Lawrence and Walt Whitman staring right back at you. But
Oh yeah. But you know what? I've definitely learned that when you're in that position, the best thing to do, humble yourself, and if they have some advice for you when you get off the stage, take it, apply it, and do better next time.
So, and do they offer some advice to you?
Absolutely. Mostly Mr. Whitman. He's been in my life, like I said, for years at this point. It's almost been 15 years now that I've known him as a mentor and as a director. And so, even if he doesn't speak to me right after service, he'll maybe shoot me a text or give me a call after service and let me know, hey, you did great. Thank you for leading us in worship. However, you need to work on this, and that. And he's always been one to correct and to criticize, but it's definitely been given with love, so I appreciate it.
That's terrific. And you're searching for a record deal right now or with a record company?
You know what? That would be great. At this point, honestly, Bob, I'm really just trying to develop more of a sound and to introduce myself to people and to hopefully, gain more supporters throughout, my listening audience. I'm not so focused on a label right now. If it comes, then I'll lift my hands and thank God for it, But at this point, I really just want to get my music out there and introduce people to Corey Barksdale and let them know, what I feel through these lyrics.
You're irreplaceable. What is the message that you want the listeners to come away with when they hear it?
I have, on multiple occasions, replaced God, I think. And what I mean by that is I've worshipped a person. I've worshipped a habit. I've worshipped, maybe a favorite thing or a favorite place. And I think we can easily get to that point where we begin to make idols out of the things that we like and we love. And sometimes we'll spend more time with a particular person than we will with God. And I have a problem with that, Bob. I feel as though that, God should always come first in your life. God is your source. God is your resource. And so with that being said, why would you look to someone else or to something else more than you do him? And so the gist of it is he's irreplaceable. I can replace people, I can replace cars, I can replace homes, I can, replace money, anything. But when it comes to God, it's only one. So I need to hang on to him.
Well, Corey, thank you for your time. Now, one final question. Are you at all related to Chuck Barksdale of the Dells?
Oh, wow. People have asked me that all of my life. All of my life. And you know what? To my understanding, no, I am not. Barksdale is a very rare name, but I don't think we're related. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
No, that's why I completely understand. People always ask me if I was related to Pistol Pete Marovich, the great basketball player of the 50s and 60s. And I said, if you saw me play basketball, you'd know I was no relation at all to Pistol at all. So, well, thank you for spending time today and with the Black Gospel Blog, and good luck to you on your career with the new single and with the forthcoming album and with everything you're doing.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate you for your questions. I appreciate you for your time and just give me opportunity to, let my voice be heard. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I sat and reminisced on the troubles of my yesterday. And I begin to remember some of my old and foolish ways, yeah. Somehow you managed to deliver me, keep me safe, yeah. I know if it was by my power, I would be somewhere crazy today. But I'm safe by your grace. Lord, you're the best, no one compares. When I'm in need, you meet me there. So you have proven yourself. I make a mess, but you don't care. You dust me off and make me well. I can't imagine life without your help. So I'm saying you, yes you are, Lord. And I really, really, really love you, yeah. Without you, yeah, there would be no me. So I've come to realize that hey, you're irreplaceable. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, Lord. Yeah.